beautiful, Georgia here, also known as Guided by Georgia. Welcome back to another episode of Empress Era. Your Empress Era starts here. And today we are learning how to detach like an empress, because we cannot manifest if we are in an energy of obsession. And a lot of people misunderstand what detaching really means. So we're going to break it down really simply so that you understand what detachment really is and why it's so important. So before I start explaining what detachment is, first I'm going to tell you what it is not. Detachment is not caring. Detachment is not pretending. Detachment is not suppressing your emotions. Lastly, detachment is not distancing yourself from your desire. Detachment is, in fact, trusting that you are supported. When you stop gripping, checking, forcing, your body feels safe and you remain open to receiving, and your energy says, I know that shit's mine. What happens is when we're in this obsessive energy, when we want something so badly and we're constantly checking up on it, chasing it, feeling like we need it, getting disappointed and upset when we don't have it, your energy field is essentially radiating this needy energy. And what happens is that needy, invisible signal pushes your desire away. Because the thing is, the universe, reality, whatever you want to call it, your 3D is a mirror of you. That's all it is. Your reality doesn't actually understand good, bad, right, wrong. It doesn't reward, it doesn't punish, it simply reflects. And so the energy signal that you give off is what you will get back. So what we need to do to attract and to start receiving, we need to send out the invisible signal that we already have it. And that's where detachment comes in, because the obsession for what we want, it actually signals survival mode. Your body is panicking that you don't have it, so therefore you're obsessing over it. Whereas what detachment really is feeling safe receiving and embodying the energy of safety so that you can attract exactly that. So to learn how to detach, first, it's important to bring your awareness to the root cause, where it comes from, why we are feeling the need to obsess, why we're struggling with this detachment. So a few reasons why you might be feeling quite obsessive about your desires is if your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode. Perhaps some of you have past experiences where your desires didn't actually feel safe. Some of you may have abandonment wounds that make waiting painful. You may have a lack of inner safety or trust in yourself. And also some of you might be trying to manifest or attract from a state of fear. A few examples of this would be checking your phone like 20 times a day. Have they text me? Have I gone viral yet? Maybe refreshing your bank account. Another big one is scrolling, looking for signs, looking for answers. So how do we fix this? Let's start by asking the first most important question. Are we manifesting from a place of fear? Do I want what I want because I'm trying to fill a void within me? Because if that is the case, all you will manifest, all you will attract is a direct reflection of that fear or of that insecurity, because we attract what we are. And so we have to heal the root, the insecurity, in order to shift what we attract. So that is the first step. Before we go any further, ask yourself, what kind of energy am I manifesting from? What is it I'm wanting to get out of my desire? And if there is a wound here or an insecurity, and that's the place that I'm manifesting from, well, I've got some shadow work to do around that. That's the first place to start in that scenario. Something that has really worked for me when I've been in an obsessive energy, shifting out of that and shifting into a receiving energy, would be asking myself, what can I do today that nourishes me? Because that shifts your energy from chasing an outcome to being in the now, and to shifting your attention to something that is actually going to make you feel safe now. So what can I do in this very moment that nourishes me, that will distract you from the chase, and it will take you into the now? Another tip that's really worked for me from a nervous system regulation perspective is the cold hand to warm hand technique. So what you do is you either run your hands under really cold water, or you can hold something that's like freezing cold. Hold that for about 20 seconds. Your heart rate will start to increase. You'll start to feel slightly uncomfortable. And then you immediately switch from that cold to something warm. So you could run your hands under warm water. You could pop your hands around a warm mug of something. Hold that for 20 seconds. What this does to the body is it takes you from panic mode when you're feeling that cold to a nice, warm, soothing energy. This really helps to regulate the nervous system. It helps your subconscious associate going from one energy and then safely coming down into the next energy, which is safe and soothing. And then we can start to think about identity embodiment, which sounds easier than it actually is, but it's basically when you start showing up as that version of you who has what she desires already. And I use this like to this day, and it works every single time. Sometimes I like to write down a day in the life of the version of me who I want to be. So if everything that I wished for came true, what would my perfect day look like? And I write down literally hour by hour what my dream day would look like as that version of me who has what she desires. It's actually quite a fun exercise that you can do because it puts you in that energy of excitement, because your subconscious is imagining what it would be like to be that version of you. So whether it's success, whether it's having money, whether it's having that job, having that person, think about your perfect day in the life of having that. Write down hour by hour what you'd be getting up to. And then take a look at it. Once you've got your whole day, your whole schedule as that version of you, take a look at it and ask yourself, what could you be doing now that is on that list? Like, is there like a small habit that you could start incorporating into your routine now? Because that is how we embody. And you'd be surprised, because you'll look at your schedule for the day as that dream version of you, and you might see something so simple or small like a morning meditation, or like a morning walk or something like that. You probably could squeeze in that now. And that's how we gradually become rather than chase. So give that a try, because that is quite a fun exercise. And sometimes even now to this day, I get obsessive and I feel panicky when things aren't going in the direction that I want them to, or when I feel like I'm not manifesting my desires, for example. I feel like the universe isn't listening to me. It is triggering. So detachment is not about just completely being delusional and kidding yourself, oh yeah, I already have it, because that's not realistic. Your body knows what you've got and what you haven't got, right? But it's about learning to feel safe and regulated in those moments where you are struggling. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, and that's why your shadow work and your healing reflections, meditations, everything, that's why all of that is so important. So that concludes today's episode of Empress Era, Detach Like an Empress. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to work on a one-to-one basis with me, I have multiple services available. I'm going to put my Standstill link in the description so you can check that out if you're interested. Make sure you're following on my socials, because I do post exclusive Empress Era content on TikTok and Instagram. And I'll see you soon. Thank you for being here.